long year since we last spoke. How's your halo just between you and I? You and me and the satellites. I never believed you.
Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you guys are doing pretty well. I decided to make this episode about something that's been a huge part of my life for a very long time. I don't know if you guys know about this amazing book called 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, but I read this book for the first time when I was in 10th grade, and since then I've read it an obscenely amount of times. But recently it has been announced that it is becoming a movie. And I know I was very scared at first because if anyone has read this book before, you know that a lot happens in this book and it's going to be very condensed. And that's scary because a lot happens in condensing. It's nervous about what they're going to cut out and everything. But I have a good feeling about this. I think it's going to go really well. So I decided I'm bored. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I have nothing better to do. So why don't I make a Dreamcast? So as you guys already saw my Dreamcast, I made a Dreamcast. I'm sure a lot of you are very questioning, like, are you on crack? Like, did you really choose these actors to play these roles? But now I'm going to explain to you why I chose some of these actors. I mean, I'm going to start off with Hannah Baker. I chose Selena Gomez, and the reason I chose Selena Gomez is she's already cast, so there's not much I could do about that. But I don't want to sound snobby or anything, but like I have talked to Jay Asher before, and I've talked to him about the movie, and he gave me the reasoning behind why Selena Gomez was cast for Hannah Baker. And once after speaking to him and what he had to say about Selena playing the role, I am very intrigued to see how it's going to come out. I have full faith in Jay Asher, and I really believe Selena Gomez is going to make a very good Hannah Baker, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Okay, now for Clay. Clay was a very hard role for me to cast because, I mean, come on now, it's Clay Jensen. It's a lot. But, well, rumors are flying around that Logan will be playing Clay to begin with, so that's part of the reason why I cast him. Another reason was whenever I pictured Clay Jensen up here, he always had dark brown hair with really bright blue eyes, and Logan just happens to have that, so naturally, he's good for Clay in my opinion. But no, I'm excited to see what Logan's gonna do with the role if he gets it, and I think that him and Selena would look good together, and that would be very heartbreaking. Okay, moving on to Tony. I went ahead and casted oh my god, I'm having a total brain fart. I'm looking at the picture, but I can't. Kevin Zegers. Okay, Kevin Zegers. Sorry about that. But I casted Kevin Zegers as Tony because, to me, first off, Tony is supposed to be like the really attractive, like, oh, the cool guy that all the girls want to be with, and I get that from Kevin Zegers a lot. A lot, a lot. So, and he kind of looks like an older version of Logan. And whenever I read the book, I always kind of picture Tony being a little bit older than Clay, and it kind of being like an older brother sibling, especially in the car scene where they're driving in Tony's car together. For you guys who've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. But I always picture like Tony being there and comforting Clay in more of like an older brother sibling type way, and I think that would be a very intense scene and very well done scene together. And I really like Kevin Zegers, so I think he'd be awesome as Tony. Moving on for Sky. Sky is one of my favorite characters in the whole book, and I really think that Emily Browning would be amazing as Sky because in all of her movies, I feel like she's played like these disconnected girl who's just lost and so emotionally damaged, and that's exactly what Sky is. and I think that she would be perfect for Skye. And though in my head, I don't know why. Maybe it's because Skye and skies are blue. I've always pictured Skye Miller with blue hair. I'm not sure why, but that's just a little crazy. I've read this book over 30 times, so that's how I picture her type thing. Okay, moving on to Justin. I cast Johnny B. Wright. And I know a lot of you people are like, who is this guy? He was in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, and he was in Spring Awakening on Broadway. And the reason I cast him is because Hannah describes Justin as being this boy that she's attracted to, but she doesn't know why she's attracted to him. Like, there's just something about him. And that's exactly how I feel about Johnny B. Wright. Like, he's not, like, in any stereotypical way an attractive guy, but there's something weird and off-putting that makes him attractive. Like, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something there. And I think that's exactly what Justin needs to be. So he's a good actor, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't cast him. So this video is starting to run a little bit, so I'm gonna just like start talking about characters and specifically that I casted for a reason. Jessica for Kat Dennings. First off, I'm a big fan of Kat Dennings. I think she's very talented, and I really like her work. And come on, Nora is Jessica in so many ways, and I think that would work out perfectly. Nora from Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, which was played by Kat Dennings, in case any of you didn't get that reference. Okay, so I kind of just realized that this video is getting extremely long, and I don't want to get cut out by talking about people that aren't really that significant. Like a lot of my characters seem like, what? Why did you cast that person as that? So, moving on. I'm going to talk about characters that the actors don't really make sense. Like, for Zac Efron. First off, like, get over it, it's Zac Efron. I know that he's, like, stereotypical, and everyone says, oh, Zac Efron, blah, blah. But, like, the kid's a good actor. Like, if you guys have seen Charlie St. Cloud, like, he has a lot of emotional depth, and he's a really good actor. And Zach's story is my favorite reason out of all the reasons, 13 reasons why I love that story. And it's very subtle, but it's very powerful in its subtlety. And I think you need someone with a lot of skill to be able to pull that off right. And I think that Zach would be wonderful at pulling that off, because I really think he's a good actor, and I think Zach needs someone who's very well acted to pull off his role. Okay, moving on. Emma Stone as Jenny. I know Emma Stone is Hollywood's it girl right now, and she's my personal crush at the moment. Haha, just kidding. But anyway, she's my favorite actress on the market right now, and I'm just in love with everything she does. But she seems a little too, like, I don't know. Like, she seems a little too likable to be on the list, does she not? I mean, she's Hollywood's sweetheart right now. But I think Emma Stone would be a wonderful Jenny, because she kind of misproves the stereotype. Like I feel like not every single one of these characters are bad, malicious people who meant to hurt Hannah and lead to her ultimate suicide. I feel like Jenny is a all-around good girl who cared about Hannah. Like, from when she was helping her in the attendance office to, like, her reaction when she found about Hannah's suicide. I feel like Jenny really did care about Hannah, but she made a mistake. I mean, you guys who have read the story know what she did, but it's like, if you were in Jenny's shoes, would you react that differently? Like, she made a mistake and she was a young teenage girl. I think Emma would be able to pull that off brilliantly. And I mean, Emma Stone's just brilliant, and I love Emma Stone. And I really think that she would be perfect for the role. And, like, this is in my own little head. Like, I've always liked the idea of Tony and Jenny kind of having a little bit of a relationship type fling thing. And I really think that Emma Stone and Kevin Zegers would look really cute together. And I really think that's awesome. An awesome idea in my head. So, seeing them both play their respective roles, I would love that. But I think Emma Stone is my favorite casting in my dream cast. Like, as soon as I thought of Jenny, Emma Stone came to my mind right away, and I think that she would be wonderful as Jenny. Moving on to Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Mr. Porter. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. Joseph Gordon-Levitt looks a couple years older than these kids. There's no way he could be their teacher, blah, 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 blah. And I think that's what's brilliant about it, because it doesn't say that Mr. Porter's an old. At least I don't remember. I'm really sorry if it does say that, but I like the idea of Mr. Porter being a young teacher who made a mistake. He didn't realize how dire the situation was. He didn't know how to handle the situation. And I would love to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this role play a young teacher who didn't realize how badly Hannah needed his help. Like, I just think that would be mind-blowing. And I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt would be so good at that. I mean, look at 500 Days of Summer. The kid knows how to act, and I would love to see him play Mr. Porter, because then it just turns from a character who's just very off-putting to someone who could be a lot more heartbreaking. He could have a huge connection, and it could be really upsetting to see a teacher who doesn't know how to handle a situation, because I think that's realistic. I feel like there's a lot of teachers out there that don't know how to handle their situations, and I think that would be really cool to see a younger Mr. Porter as opposed to a stereotypical older Mr. Porter. Okay, and I just threw in a song that I think would be perfect for the soundtrack. Um, it's called For Blue Skies by Strays Don't Sleep. And I think it's perfect because it's all about the singer forgiving someone who was really close to him who committed suicide. And that's pretty much what the whole book of 13 Reasons Why is about. Clay forgiving Hannah for killing herself. And I just think that would be beautiful. I think that would be a beautiful scene, beautiful song. And if I had any impact on this movie, I would want that song to be in the score, because I think that would just be wonderful. Alright, all that being said now, I have complete faith in the production of this movie, and I know that I will be going to see the Midnight Movie, and I cannot wait. I'm anxiously waiting casting news, and I'm just very excited for this, and I am very excited. I want you guys to leave me comments, leave me messages, tell me, first off, what you thought of the book. I mean, come on, it's a brilliant book, and I'm always looking for new people to talk about it with. And what you think of the casting, what your ideal cast would be, if you agree with me, disagree. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of disagreeing. But that's okay, because everyone has an opinion, and I respect everyone's opinion. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope I was able to explain some of my castings that you guys like, oh yeah, that might be cool. Yeah, why not? So that was my goal with this whole long video. But yeah, I want you guys to have wonderful days. Tell me what you think, and stick around. See you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye now.